to be able to present the medals in such a way deserving of the respect and honor that we have for your service and for what you have done for our country. But before I begin, I'd like to start by pledging allegiance to the flag. If you don't mind, please stand. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So, honoring and thanking our veterans is close and dear to my heart. So, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to travel here today. I have the privilege and honor of presenting medals to two distinguished veterans in our communities. For those of us who have not served in our armed forces, it can be difficult to understand a medal's profound importance. But I am lucky enough to have presented medals to many veterans, and hearing their stories, I've glimpsed what a medal truly means. I've seen it in the smiles of veterans whose heroism and sacrifice has gone unrecognized for decades. I've seen it in the tear-filled eyes of spouses watching a loved one wear a medal with pride. I've seen it in the astonished faces of children whose parents never talked about their military service, but after their death are learning about their heroism and sacrifice for the first time, and who understand for the first time why the silence and sometimes why the avoidance of the conversations. So take a constituent mine who was a Vietnam War veteran who never talked to his wife or his daughter about his military service. He had a difficult transition back to civilian life, memories he did not want to relive, and he passed away in July of 2018. 1 month later, his daughter reached out to my office to ask about his military service. Turns out he was a very decorated war hero. Later that year, my office presented his daughter with all of the medals her dad had earned. She told us then and there that those medals were the missing piece of the puzzle about her dad's life that she never really understood, and that those medals were proof of the difference her dad had made in the world. And in that moment, I saw that a medal is just no ordinary object. It's a memory, it's a symbol, it's an honor. It's a way we commemorate service and sacrifice when mere words aren't up to the task. So their meanings are deeply personal and unique to every veteran and their family. And that's why today I am so honored and happy to present medals to two distinguished veterans from Indio and from Hemet, California. So first, I'd like to introduce Mr. Juan Carlos Lopez. I'll call you in a second. Um, so Mr. Juan Carlos Lopez Mendoza is a proud. Actually, why don't you come up here while I read your bio? That would be wonderful. Why don't you come up here, my friend? Mr. Juan Carlos Lopez Mendoza is a proud infantry veteran who served 3 years in the United States Army, including 9 months deployed to Iraq during the first Gulf War. During his service, Juan Carlos was assigned to a patrol mission to protect Kurdish and Iraqi civilians following Saddam Hussein's chemical attacks in northern Iraq. His unit worked courageously to secure the area and assist in the aftermath of those devastating assaults. After completing this difficult and dangerous mission, Juan Carlos and his platoon continued their advance towards Baghdad, demonstrating unwavering bravery and dedication to duty. In 2022, after more than 2 decades battling a rare, slow-growing leukemia, Juan Carlos was finally able to access the benefits he earned through the PACT Act. Since then, he has become a strong advocate for fellow veterans, helping them navigate the system and obtaining the care and benefits they rightly deserve. So, if Priscilla, you can come and hold the medals here with me. There's a lot here, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah. You want to stand next to him?
Go next to him.
So now it is my great honor to present Mr. Juan Carlos Lopez Mendoza with his medals in recognition of his distinguished military service, his selfless sacrifice, and his lifelong commitment to his fellow veterans and our nation. These medals include the Army Commendation Medal, awarded for sustained acts of heroism, meritorious achievement, and service, the Good Conduct Medal, which recognizes exemplary behavior, efficiency, and fidelity during enlisted service, the National Defense Service Medal, awarded to all service members who served honorably during a designated national emergency or war, the Southwest Asia Service Medal and Bronze Star, awarded for participation in Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm, the Humanitarian Service Medal, recognizing direct participation in significant military acts or operations of a humanitarian nature, the Army Service Ribbon, given upon successful completion of initial entry training, the Overseas Service Ribbon, awarded for successful completion of an overseas tour of duty, the Expert Badge and Grenade Bar, the badge showing expert level proficiency with the hand grenade, and the Kuwait Liberation Medal, which is the foreign award issued by both Saudi Arabia and Kuwait for participation in the liberation of Kuwait 1990-1991, the Expert Infantryman Badge, process, the Sharpshooter Badge with Rifle Bar, awarded for qualification at the sharpshooter level with a rifle, and the Parachute Badge, which earned upon successful completion of airborne school and at least one qualifying parachute jump. So, Mr. Everybody that I represent in California's 25th District, and on behalf of the American people, I present you these medals for your outstanding service and your heroism.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to afterwards invite both to take photos with friends, family, and do some interviews for the press as well. So now it is my great honor to ask Mr. Glenn J. King to come up with me as well. He came all the way from Hemet today with some caretakers. Here's fine. Great, thank you so much. Good, right there. Mr. King was born on November 30th, 1943 in Buffalo, New York, the only child of Mr. and Mrs. Bob King. On June 28, 1962, Glenn enlisted in the United States Navy, where he achieved the rank of storekeeper class A, E5. He served aboard the USS Currituck, AV-7, off the coast of South Vietnam, where he was exposed to harmful chemical agents, including Agent Orange, exposure that would later lead to the loss of his eyesight. After completing his military service, Mr. King began a civilian career with the Western Electric Telephone Company in 1970. He retired in January 1985 and later settled in Victorville, California, where he met and married Maria Rodriguez. They shared 4 years of marriage until her passing in 2014. Following Maria's passing, Glenn moved to Barstow, California. And it was during this time that he began to experience significant vision loss, which doctors linked to his exposures aboard the Currituck. So it is now my great honor to present Mr. Glenn J. King with his medals in recognition of his distinguished military service, his selfless sacrifice, and his lifelong commitment to his fellow veterans and our nation. We have the National Defense Service Ribbon awarded to all service members who served honorably during a designated national emergency or war. We have the Vietnam Service Medal. And when I say that with as much respect and honor that I can muster. In fact, when I said that, my body got goose pimples and chilled up because it is our Vietnam veterans that we owe a whole grade of gratitude, and that we all in unison must say, welcome home and thank you for your service. The Vietnam Service Medal is awarded to members of the armed forces who served in Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, or Cambodia in direct support of operations between 1965 and 1973. The Navy E ribbon, the Battle Efficiency or E ribbon, is awarded to Navy units, ships, squadrons, or commands that demonstrate the highest battle readiness and efficiency in annual competitions. And thank you so much, Mr. King, for your service, and on behalf of the people of California's 25th District and of a grateful nation. Thank you for your service. Welcome home, and thank you very much. Why don't we take some photos with you first, and your friends up here, and let's go ahead and present also this American flag, which was flown over the Capitol in your honor. Right. And I'll give it to your friend here to hold. And let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Daisy, can you help us with the American flag, please, so we can put it behind them? Yeah, want to make sure that we have the flag for the photos. And Lucas, is this supposed to be on our left side, correct? All right. It's right how it is? Yes. So left as they're looking, so my right side. My right. Good. All right. So you want to take some photos? All right. Now, if I can ask the both of you to take your seats, and then I'll have you come up with Mr. King together, and then we'll ask Mr. You can say it. You just say it. Now I'll go ahead and hold this. And let's you want to stand on the other side? We had a flag flown in your honor as well.
Thank you.
All right. So let's bring back Mr. King's walking device there. And we can help you with this. And then give you your we'll help escort you to your seats. Come on. Let's get more this way so that we can.
Well, you guys get
Well, let's
used
do,
to it.
let's do these,
Yes.
two first, and then we'll bring the whole gang. Jackie, you wanna take one on over there?
Perfect.
This one?